Hi, my name is Emma Cebulski. I'm introducing our group project for LIS 680. My group members are Kathryn Zane and Jenna Swanson. We are focusing on Flickr and its impact within libraries. We're going to have a basic introduction as to what Flickr is, how to actually use it, and then how it connects with libraries in a modern day sense. I'm going to start off by introducing what Flickr is. Hi, again, this is me, Emma. I'm going to be doing the introduction as to what Flickr actually is. I'm going to give a basis as to what the website actually does, what they do on the website, and some history and different components of the website. And then we're going to be moving on into the actual step-by-step. So I'm not going to go too in depth. I'm just going to give some basic ideas about the website. So to start us off, I want to talk about what Flickr actually is. Flickr is a photo and video hosting website. It allows management of the organization and sharing capabilities so that users can have an effective and different experience with their photos and videos online. According to Flickr's website, it's actually considered to be the best online photo management and sharing application in the world. It may be true based on the fact that they currently have more than 8 billion images on Flickr, and that number is consistently growing. And as of 2013, Flickr had more than 87 million registered users, and they have over 3.5 million uploads per day. And that doesn't even count the number of people who are actually getting onto the website daily just to view images, because you are able to not have an account and get online. And a lot of times people are sharing their videos and photos off of this website. I also want to talk about some of what Flickr's mission actually is. On the website, they do have a section dedicated talking about what their goals are for what Flickr is supposed to do. The first main goal is to help people make their photos available to the people that matter to them. And they want to enable new types of way of organizing photos and videos. They're able to do this through a couple different ways. First, they have an online site, so you're able just to access from your any basic computer. And then they have a mobile site that you can access via tablets, phones, all these different types of technology you can take, and that's portable. And then they also have mobile apps through iOS or Apple, Android, and then they have it for the PlayStation Vita. As you can see on this slide, there's actually some photos showing like the different types of formats that you can access Flickr through. This slide here actually just talks about the different types of accounts you can have through Flickr. There's a basic free account. They have about 1,000 gigs or 1 terabyte worth of storage that you can get just for free, and that includes every single one of their accounts. You also get basic photo editing tools as well as a smart video management tool. They do have 2 different others called Flickr Pro and Flickr Pro Plus, and they're just the difference between them mostly is the fact that one is a monthly subscription for $5.99 and the other is a yearly subscription for $49.99. But they also include advanced stats on photos, so you're able to get a little more details about your photos. It doesn't have any ads on it. You get a desktop auto uploader, so you can upload the photos to Flickr from your desktop. And you also can get discounts on a little bit more advanced photo editing software. So there's different types of accounts and different ways to use Flickr. And, you have quite a bit of storage, so you're able to put tons of photos and videos out there and be able to edit and use them in the way that you need to. This slide is actually talking about some of the elements that Flickr has available to its users. You do need an account to post videos, photos, and to create blogs. You just really have to set up a Yahoo account. That's all I had to do when I signed up for one. And then that Yahoo account is put together with your Flickr account. So the content that is on the site is shareable. So you're allowed to share it to pretty much anybody you want. You can make it completely private for only you see it, or you can have it where your family and friends see it, or anybody can just see it. You're also able to get codes to embed your photos and videos onto external sites. Your photos and videos are actually stored on what's called the photo stream, and it has different setups of how you can look at the photos to whatever your need is. So you can have it set up as a slideshow or a date stamped archive, so you can go by when the photos were put into the system. Flickr provides a lot of organization for your photos, so you just don't like throw photos on there and they just sit there. So you're able to put titles and descriptions on there so that you can remember what your photo is, or you can put a title on there so people can see and understand what the photo is. You can put tags on there or hashtags, so when people search for photos, your photo will be pulled up underneath that tag or that search. You're allowed to organize your photos by albums, so you can have a photo that is under just one album. You can have that one photo in multiple albums, or you don't even have to put it in an album if you don't want to. And if you have multiple albums, you can actually create a collection. As you can see from the photo, this is from my account. I did a test of uploading one photo, and you can see I named the photo within here. I put a description. I added some tags. You can't see on here, but I also put it into an album and created an album. And you can also see where you put privacy settings. This slide here is just talking a little bit more extra information about the elements that Flickr has. I know I went into a little bit on the other page, but this goes into a little bit more description. There, you can, as I said on the other slide, you can put tags or attribute tags to your photos or videos, and this allows more internet or archive searchability. So you can apply this to, cite a theme that you would want your photo to be under, or so, for instance, you can see on my previous slide I had a photo of my cats, and under the tags I put cat. I just put some different things that involving animals, so if somebody were to search for this, search cat on Flickr, they would see this photo. You're also able to do geotagging, so you can attribute your location to an image or video. So if you go to the Grand Canyon and you take a photo, you can put your location on there so people know you actually took that photo and you were there. Another major thing that Flickr does do is they provide HTML codes. So when you go into their system and you can find share, as you can see in the photo I provided, they provide the code so you can embed it into any other blog you have, site, or forum.
Hello, my name is Jenna Swanson. I'm going to be giving you a step-by-step introduction to how to use Flickr. There's a lot of features, so it was kind of hard to narrow down what to put on there. Obviously, I put how to upload photos because that's the most important part of Flickr is uploading your photos and viewing them. But I did go into a little bit of detail about some of the other things you can do on there. So I will get started with that step-by-step screen capture now. Okay, so you start off by going to flickr.com. You can either sign in if you already have an account or sign up with Yahoo if you don't have one. Now you do need a Yahoo account to create a Flickr account. So if you don't have one, you'll have to create one. So I already have one, so I just click sign in. Alright, so you can, the homepage just has a bunch of different photos that it thinks that you'll think are interesting. And it also has news of like people who follow you or favorite your photo. You can just click view to get into your personal things. If you click on the camera roll, now if it's your first photo, it'll just have the option of dragging and dropping photos here or choosing to upload from your file explorer. But since I already have some photos uploaded here, that option does not show up. So if you want to add photos, if you already have some, you click upload in the corner here. Now you can choose photos and videos from your files. So say I want to add some more pictures from my wedding, say. We'll just click those few and click open. And then you have to click upload 5 photos. First we're going to continue editing. You can add a description like photos from wedding. You can add tags, say friends, wedding. If you want to add a tag that's multiple words, you have to make them into one word or it won't save the tag. It'll save it as multiple tags. You can add people, so if any of my friends or my husband had Flickr account, I could tag them in the photo. You can add it to album. If you didn't want to do one of these, you can click create a new album and it will create a new one. So I'll do wedding here because they go in the wedding file. You can add it to groups that you're in. You can change the settings so you can do if it's visible to everyone, or you can change it to just you or your friends and family. Now, and then you click upload photos, or it won't upload them. Now, one of the differences between using this uploader and the camera roll one for your first one, that one you have to manually go in and add and edit it to get the tags and the privacy settings, or else they will not show up in your photo stream. So you can click on albums to look at your albums or create a new one. You can look at other people's photos by either searching, using the homepage, or clicking on Explore to get to other people's photos. And you can, let's look at this one. You can favorite it by clicking on the star. And you can share this photo through this one maybe you can't, but I know with your own photos, if you click on them, you can use the edit an aviary, and that gives you all kinds of photo editing tools you can use. You can also share it through Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Pinterest. You can embed it for HTML. You can email it. There's also just the links to it. You can download it, which is a nice tool for if you were at the library. You can favorite or upload a photo, and you can download it at home. And you can join groups to find other people with similar interests as yourself, or you can also create things, which if you find a photo that you really like and say you want it on your wall, you can do that. And when you're done, if you would like to sign out, if you don't sign out, it'll automatically, next time anyone uses Flickr, you'll be signed in. So if you want to sign out, you go to this little camera in the corner and click sign out. It's really hard to find if you don't know what you're looking for. So that's how you do it, and you sign out, and that's it.
Flickr provides a way for archivists and librarians to preserve documents and photos that may be difficult to allow patrons to use without causing further damage. Patrons tend to want these materials for the purpose of citation and family history. Archivists and librarians must be very hands-on when dealing with these materials. For example, some libraries will not allow patrons to view, let alone handle, the materials without them being present and watching. This is time consuming for the staff, and it can be frustrating to the patrons who have to keep scheduling appointments for their research. By putting the materials online, it allows patrons to access as much as they want without straining the collection. The patrons can also share these images with the other friends and family members. Thus, Flickr can help with disbursement as well as preservation. There are some serious consequences that may come from using Flickr. One problem that was encountered in multiple facilities was the lack of staff appointed to the archives. There were always understaffed, or they were not staffed with someone who holds an MLIS degree or equivalent. These employees tend to have other responsibilities within the facility, and archiving becomes a secondary thought. The materials are decomposing, and the staff can't get to it fast enough to upload the images before the original material gives out. What does this have to do with Flickr? Flickr allows for a digital archive that requires less personal involvement, but setting up that digital archive is time consuming. It's not like other social media sites where you only have to make a brief statement or fit a message into 140 characters. Flickr is a labor of love, and it can't be used to its full potential if the facility is so understaffed. The Ohio County Public Library in Wheeling, West Virginia, has huge volumes of old newspapers that have been bound together. There were about 4 or 5 of these books on a shelf without any protection from climate, temperature, or dust. These newspapers were important because they marked the shift from newspapers only reporting national news to local news. In fact, the editors would apologize to readers when they would need to use local stories. Everyone heard the news from vendors such as the general store and family and friends. As the newspapers reported more local items, it grew in demand. It turns out that more people did want to learn local news. These papers predate West Virginia's statehood and offer a unique view of the Civil War. They're historic in their own right. The newspapers represent a cultural trend in reporting and presented unique views of the Civil War as the people debated seceding from Virginia. These papers are invaluable. Because no one has digitized them yet, they will be destroyed in the process of digitizing them. The binding must be cracked open, the brittle pages will fall apart while being scanned, and whatever is left will not be in a position to be rebound. We possess the only copy of these materials. We find ourselves in a tight spot. Everyone deserves to see these papers and experience their different point of view. It forces us to beg the question as information professionals of whether the physical material is more or less important than the content. Flickr is a wonderful app that allows the library to upload as much as possible so that materials stay preserved for as long as possible. However, if the library has neglected its collection, like the Ohio County Public Library has, the process of uploading them to Flickr could mean some serious consequences. Archivists, librarians, and other professionals must weigh the cost and benefit of uploading the materials to Flickr. Flickr is not like Facebook, Twitter, or Goodreads. There's no potential damage in those social media sites. Flickr is unique because it's not only a magnificent means of preserving materials, but it also offers the greatest concerns about destroying materials for the sake of social media.